The National Football League, a colossus of sport, a billion-dollar empire built on gridiron glory and passionate fans. But what if I told you that beneath the polished veneer of touchdowns and celebrations, a storm is brewing? A tempest of scandals, power struggles, and explosive controversies that are shaking the very foundations of America's most beloved game. This isn't just about X's and O's anymore. It's about betrayal, alleged deceit, and the raw, unfiltered drama unfolding behind closed doors. Welcome, my friends, to the darker side of the NFL, where the biggest battles aren't always fought on the field. Our first seismic shockwave comes straight from the heart of the Players' Union itself. Just days ago, on July 18th, Lloyd Howell Jr. abruptly resigned as the executive director of the NFL Players Association. This wasn't a graceful exit. It was a forced departure, the culmination of weeks of relentless scrutiny and jaw-dropping allegations. Imagine the leader, the supposed champion of the players, being accused of betraying their trust. That's exactly what happened. Howell's credibility was shattered by multiple blunders. First, there was the bombshell revelation about a reported conflict of interest. He was a board member of OneTeam Partners, a group licensing firm, which is currently under investigation by the FBI. Let that sink in. The man negotiating on behalf of players, tied to a firm under federal scrutiny. The optics alone are devastating. But the deepest cut for players likely came from a different revelation. Back in January, an arbitrator, Christopher Droney, made a ruling in a dispute between the NFLPA and the league regarding potential collusion among team owners to suppress quarterback contracts. This is massive, a fundamental accusation that owners were secretly working together to limit player earnings. While Droney found insufficient evidence of collusion, ... He did indicate that Commissioner Roger Goodell and the NFL General Counsel had encouraged owners to limit guaranteed money in player contracts. Here's the kicker. Howell and the union had a confidentiality agreement with the NFL that prevented the full report from being disclosed. Howell informed the players about the situation, but he did not provide them with copies of the report. Think about that. Vital information about their earning potential, locked away from the very people it affected most. This is a story of trust broken, of a union leader seemingly prioritizing secrecy over transparency. It leaves a burning question. What else aren't they telling the players? If the NFLPA's internal issues weren't enough, another layer of controversy has ripped through the league, sparking outrage and raising serious ethical questions. This involves allegations that the players' union itself was encouraging players to fake injuries. Yes, you heard that right. Fake injuries. This explosive accusation stems from a September 2023 grievance filed by the NFL against the NFLPA. The league alleged that former NFLPA president JC Tretter made comments suggesting that players could feign injuries to avoid fines during contract disputes. Tretter's exact words, though nuanced, sent shockwaves. He said, and I quote, "I think we've observed issues. Now, I don't think anyone would classify them as fake injuries. But we've witnessed players who were unhappy with their current situations exhibiting injuries that prevented them from practicing and playing, thus avoiding fines and punishment for not reporting." He then added, "While I can't publicly endorse such actions, each player must find ways to gain leverage for fair compensation." This wasn't just a casual remark. It was a public statement. The NFL confirmed in July that the grievance was upheld in its entirety, finding Tretter's statements to be a violation of the Collective Bargaining Agreement, CBA. The league clarified they weren't accusing specific players of faking injuries, but rather that Tretter's comments represented the union's endorsement of such behavior, breaching the CBA. This is a massive blow to the union's reputation and opens a Pandora's box of questions about player integrity. Union tactics and the constant power struggle between labor and management in the NFL. It blurs the lines between strategic leverage and outright deception, leaving fans to wonder how much of what we see on the field is truly authentic. Beyond the union's woes, the players themselves are engaged in their own high-stakes drama, contract disputes, and holdouts. This offseason has been particularly volatile, with some of the league's biggest stars refusing to participate until they get paid what they believe they're worth. We've seen the saga of San Francisco 49ers wideout Brandon Aiyuk, a situation that has dragged on, creating uncertainty for a Super Bowl contender. But he's not alone. Elite talent like Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons and Cincinnati Bengals defensive end Trey Hendrickson have also been in the spotlight for their contract situations. These aren't just players wanting a raise. These are battles of wills between athletes at the peak of their powers and franchises trying to manage a salary cap. For fans, these holdouts can be agonizing. Will their star player show up? Will they be traded? How will this impact team chemistry and performance? For the players, it's about maximizing their earning potential in a league where careers can be cut short in an instant. They know their value, and they're willing to miss significant practice time and even risk fines to secure their financial future. This creates immense pressure on both sides. And as training camps ramp up, these ongoing sagas will be front-page news, potentially dictating the fortunes of several Super Bowl hopefuls. The drama of the offseason isn't just about free agency. It's about the relentless pursuit of financial security, even if it means risking everything. Now, let's talk about something that infuriates every single NFL fan: officiating. For years, there have been whispers, then murmurs, and now a deafening roar of discontent about the quality and consistency of NFL officiating. But in 2025, those complaints have reached a fever pitch, threatening the very integrity of the game. Reports indicate a growing concern across the league about deteriorating officiating quality. It's not just angry fans on social media. It's analysts, former players, and coaches all echoing the sentiment that the calls are getting worse. We've seen controversial decisions that have directly impacted the outcome of critical games, leaving a bitter taste in the mouths of both players and spectators. Adding fuel to the fire, there have even been reports of the NFL relegating 3 officials back to college. This is an unprecedented move, a stark admission by the league that there are serious issues within their officiating ranks. The financial implications are huge, but so is the erosion of trust. When a game's outcome feels predetermined by a questionable flag or the lack thereof, it diminishes the sport. Fans pay good money for tickets, merchandise, and streaming services, and they expect a fair contest. The question becomes, how can the NFL fix this? Is it better training, more accountability, or is the game simply too fast, too complex for human officials to keep up without technological assistance? This isn't just about bad calls. It's about whether fans can truly believe in the fairness of the competition anymore. This ongoing crisis in officiating is a dark cloud hanging over the 2025 season, ready to erupt with every missed holding call or phantom pass interference penalty. Finally, let's talk about the subtle yet impactful controversies that shape the narrative of the league. Even the seemingly simple act of scheduling a game can ignite a firestorm. The NFL announced it would kick off the 2025 regular season with the Philadelphia Eagles hosting the Dallas Cowboys. On the surface, it sounds like a thrilling matchup. A storied rivalry to open the year. But it immediately turned controversial. For many, the decision raised eyebrows and sparked fierce debate. Why open with two NFC East rivals, particularly with the history and animosity between these fan bases, when there are so many other options? Was it a calculated move for ratings, leveraging the natural rivalry? Or did it show favoritism, sparking accusations of unfair advantage or a desire to push certain narratives? The choice immediately generated buzz and, for some, resentment, highlighting the fact that every decision the NFL makes is scrutinized under a microscope. This type of controversy, while not as scandalous as an FBI investigation, speaks to the careful tightrope the NFL walks between entertainment and perceived fairness. Every scheduling choice, every rule change, every public statement becomes a talking point, fueling debates and generating content for channels like ours. It shows that even the most mundane decisions can become headline-grabbing sagas in the NFL. This league thrives on drama, and as we look ahead to the 2025 season, it's clear that the biggest stories might not just be on the scoreboard, but in the volatile, unpredictable world off the field. From the fractured trust within the NFLPA to the raw power struggles of contract holdouts and the integrity questioning calls of the officials, the 2025 NFL season is already shaping up to be one of the most dramatically charged in recent memory. These are the stories that transcend the box score, the narratives that will define the league beyond the X's and O's. What do you think is the biggest scandal rocking the NFL right now? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of sports controversy. Until next time, stay vigilant, and remember, in the NFL, the truth is often stranger than fiction.